A lion may be king of the jungle, but he isn't the most powerful African animal. That honor goes to the elephant, a massive creature that leaves nothing but destruction in its wake as it stampedes across the plains. From the fierce crocodile and hippopotamus to the stealthy cheetah and the cunning leopard, there are many dangerous animals to avoid if you are ever planning on traveling through Africa. This list will look at 15 of the most powerful African animals. Number 15. Silverback gorilla. Gorillas are the largest of all the primates. They share 98% of their DNA with humans and, like us, are able to walk upright, have skillful hands which can complete intricate tasks, and are intelligent. There are two kinds of gorilla, the mountain and the lowland, and it is the mountain gorillas, which are the larger of the two. The mountain gorillas live on highland slopes in Rwanda, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, and they are generally very peaceful creatures who prefer to avoid conflict. If you upset one, no, better watch out, especially if it happens to be the adult male silverback, as they can weigh as much as PS 650, almost 4 times as much as the average human. In fact, there's hardly anything in the animal kingdom which could withstand the power of a silverback mountain gorilla. Although it is said that no tigers exist in Africa, this photograph is a clear representation as to how badass and powerful these gorillas can be. Tigers would have nothing against this amazing beast. These amazing animals can lift 10 times their own weight, have a bite force stronger than a great white shark, and have hugely muscled arms, which are up to 9 if long, a seriously powerful primate. Number 14. Lion. The African lion is a massive apex predator and one of the biggest cats in the world, with only the Bengal tiger being longer and heavier. That said, the more compact shape of the lions does nothing to diminish its immense strength. A full-grown male will stand 4 feet tall at the shoulder and weigh around PS 400. Aside from their speed and intelligence, a hunting or fighting lion will rely on its two main weapons, its bite and its front paws. The muscle structure of the forelegs joins together in a huge knot of muscle on the back of the neck of the lion, making the blows they can deliver of awesome power. In fact, the average weight of lion prey is the heaviest of any predator on land, and they regularly take down buffalo, weighing in excess of 1 PS 300. On top of this, they have a large set of teeth and a bite force which, although weaker than some other big cats, is more than enough to get the job done. They can also gobble down PS 40 of meat in one meal and are the only big cats with a true roar, letting everything in earshot know just how powerful they are. Number 13. African elephant. The African elephant is the largest of the 3 species of elephants, and with the male bulls weighing around 1 PS 500 and standing over 20 feet high, it's safe to say that these plant-eating natural wonders have immense strength and power. Even their name, elephant, comes from the Latin word for great arc, suggesting how mighty they are. The biggest elephant recorded in the wild weighed a massive PS 24,000, and it's safe to say there's not a creature on Earth that would have been able to intimidate it. An African elephant's trunk alone can weigh as much as PS 300 and has the sensitivity to pick up a feather, but also the raw strength to drag a tree up by its roots. There are few predators who would even try to mix a meal out of an elephant, and those that do, occasional attempts by lions and crocodiles have been recorded, are often made to regret their decision very quickly as an angry elephant ramming its huge tusk into a lion or crocodile is only going to go one way. The African elephant is a true giant and undoubtedly one of the most powerful animals of all. Number 12. African leopard. Unlike its cousin, the lion, the leopard is a much less showy cat, with no mane and no huge roar. This is a far more secretive predator, extremely elegant and agile, but nevertheless with fantastic power to match. Even though they are much more rarely seen than lions and cheetahs, the leopard is the most diversely spread across Africa, able to live in a variety of habitats, from forest to desert to mountain to coast. Their power is perhaps best displayed through their incredible climbing ability, as leopards are able to drag prey weighing more than their own body weight up a tree to hide it from scavengers, an amazing feat of lifting power with their jaws. They are also great at jumping and curling their long tails to help them maintain balance as they fly through the air over distances up to 30 feet. While an average male weight of around PS 165 means they are far smaller than lions, leopards are the strongest of all big cats, pound for pound, making this pussycat a predator of pure power. Number 11. Rhino. Another huge beast from Africa. And this time, it's the immense rhino joining our power list. The rhino may be a herbivore and it may also look like a fat unicorn, but if you get on the wrong side of one, things can get nasty very quickly. Rhinos are incredibly strong, and that central horn can cause devastating damage from a standing position, more than enough to flip a family car over onto its roof. And speaking of cars, a charging rhino can reach speeds of up to 40 mph while weighing in at as much as 8 p0, about double the average weight of a car. So if you were to be hit by a full-grown rhino traveling at full speed, it would be the equivalent of being run down by a car traveling at 80 mph. In other words, it would obliterate a human being that was standing in its way, literally. Sadly, 3 species of rhino are critically endangered and are considered likely to go extinct in the wild in the coming years. With conservation efforts and anti-poaching laws, there may be some hope of seeing more of them back in the wild. And enough rhinos together in a group is known as a crash, which tells you all you need to know about these formidable creatures. Number 10. Cheetah. While cheetahs are far more famous for their incredible speed, and rightly so, being the fastest land animal of all, there's a lot of power in this big cat's body, too. First up, the cheetah has a very powerful bite. Even if it's the weakest of all the big cats at 470 psi, it still outmatches the bite force of wolves or cougars, which have a similar body mass. In fact, when compared to the much larger Siberian tiger, the cheetah has a pound-for-pound bite force that is 3 times stronger than the tiger. And since the lightweight cheetah hunts smaller prey, this makes the cheetah bite a devastating weapon. And while we're talking about pound for pound, the cheetah is the most muscular of all the big cats, with a particularly ripped physique primed for sprinting. Cheetahs do not have well-developed forelegs like other big cats, as they do not rely so much on combat to develop social roles, but they do have a large knot of shoulder muscle, which is ideal for wrestling prey. Their highly specialized skills and pure speed have led to some evolutionary sacrifices in weight and strength. But where it counts, the cheetah is a seriously powerful predator, not to be messed with. Number 9. African buffalo. In spite of being a grazing animal that looks somewhat like a regular cow, the African buffalo was given the nickname Black Death by early trophy hunters and is considered to be even more dangerous than the lion to humans, ambushing and charging them fearlessly. Especially dangerous are older male buffaloes who have left the herd and now wander alone or in small groups without the protection of the herd. These males can become very aggressive and use their attack as their best form of defense if they feel threatened, which seems to be quite often with these bad-tempered animals. Younger male bulls will fight one another for positions. Number 8. The Nile crocodile. The Nile crocodile is a very big reptile indeed. These guys can reach an imposing 20 feet long, weighing up to 1 ps 650. So it's no wonder that the sight of a big old Nile croc is enough to send most other living creatures running for the hills. Widespread across sub-Saharan Africa, these reptiles can be found in 26 countries, mostly hanging out in swamps, rivers and marshes. Usually pretty solitary beasts, these crocodiles do sometimes get together in groups. Apparently there's a different word for those groups, depending on whether they are on land or in the water. A group in the water is called a float, but one on land is called a basque. Now, I'm pretty sure that they're both equally dangerous, whatever you choose to call them. It's the Nile crocodile's mighty jaws that really make the animal so formidable. Their bite force is 8 times more powerful than a great white shark's. The Nile crocodile is only really good at closing its jaws, though, oddly enough, their muscles for opening their mighty mouth are feeble in comparison. But that one deadly snap, well, that's all it really takes. Like Captain Hook's nemesis, the Nile crocodile will eat almost wouldn't be that keen on clocks. And they have a reputation as a man-eater as well, with an estimated 200 human deaths attributed to the jaws of the Nile crocodile every year. Number 7. The hippopotamus. From one set of powerful jaws to another, the hippopotamus has a mighty bite that puts it amongst the most powerful jawed creatures on Earth. These big beasts are really aggressive, but they mostly use their jaws to eat plants up to past 80 of grass a day. In fact, hippos are generally herbivores, although they do sometimes eat dead animals, including the occasional hippo themselves. A grumpy hippo can show its displeasure by opening its mouth really wide in a super threatening manner, just like me, or by charging towards the source of its irritation, just like me. Either way, they may look cute, but keep a safe distance because these creatures can be fatally bad-tempered. Not like me. Apart from the hippo's mighty jaws, their immense weight is another source of their power. Just like me, a charging hippo is a scary sight to behold, and they can frequently squash living things to death, even by accident. Even though that looks like a grin, these guys are not as friendly as they may seem. Interactions with humans can be fatal. Hippo attacks kill as many as 500 people a year, And these animals are fiercely territorial as well, defending their space with the use of deadly force without a second thought to your safety. So be careful where you paddle. Number 6. The dung beetle. Anyone who has heard of the dung beetle knows exactly why this insect gets its name. They use other animals' manure, rolling it up into giant balls. What many don't know is why they do this. Ancient Egyptians thought that these beetles were what kept the earth revolving, much like they keep their balls of dung rolling. However, with scientific observation, we now know that these insects use these balls for many different uses. They are used by females to lay their eggs in as a food source for adults, or to raise their young inside of it. It's a protected home. Now that we know what dung beetles are and why they do what they do, we can get down to how their powerful dung beetles are able to lift up to 200 times their own weight. This means that they can carry up to or around 40 to PS45. If you need reference, things that weigh about PS40 include adult bulldogs, a small sack of potatoes, and a gallon of paint. Imagine a tiny insect lifting an adult female bulldog up and carrying her. That's some insane power for a tiny insect. That's a lot of weight. These guys must do nothing else but work out. Number 5. Driver ants. Known by many names, the taiafu, or driver ant, can be found in Central Africa and is considered one of the most dangerous ants in the world. These ant swarms can get up to the millions, which is the least scary part about them. If you can believe it, they're aggressive and aren't afraid to show it with their powerful jaws. These jaws, combined with the sheer number of ants in the swarm, means that any prey can be torn apart in seconds. We mean picked to the bone clean. It's happened with many unfortunate animals that either threaten the animal or just so happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Sounds like horror movie levels of awful, if you ask me. Luckily, these ants won't attack unless you stand in their way. Their bites are known to be so powerful that it's been said that locals once used these ants as wound sutures. I don't think that's hygienic or practical, but I suppose if you have nothing else to use, it may be better than nothing. Or maybe not. Number 4. Boom slang. Snakes are a big fear of people, although most aren't dangerous. However, if you see this green snake in Africa, you might want to run. They are found in a variety of ecosystems, including wooded grasslands and savannas, karri scrubs, and lowland forests. They try to avoid dry and desert-like conditions, so it's unlikely that you'll find them there. These snakes are agile hunters that can glide from tree branch to tree branch while looking for food. The boomslang is known as an extremely dangerous and venomous snake. If you doubt the toxicity of boomslang venom, then you should look at herpetologist Carl P. Schmidt, who died just 15 hours after a baby boomslang bitten. Schmidt believed that young boomslangs did not have enough venom to produce lethal doses of venom. Once he started to feel that he was definitely wrong, Carl Schmidt began to record every symptom as they occurred. These notes were found alongside his body 9 hours after he lost his life to the deadly toxin. Number 3. Giraffe. Giraffes are a fan favorite for children when at zoos or watching a nature show. They seem like peaceful and docile creatures that can be a predator's easy prey. But that's not the real truth of it. Giraffes are the tallest living land animal in the world, standing at 5 to 6 feet tall when first born. They can grow to be anywhere from 16 to 20 feet in height by the time they are adults. Their long legs aid them to sprint up to 35 mph for short bursts, but they're known to hold a steady 10 miles an hour when running over long distances. The fact that they're herbivores has given many people the assumption that these animals are helpless to more equipped predators like lion, but this isn't the case at all. Giraffes have such a powerful kick that they are able to decapitate a full-grown lion while defending itself. They're also able to swing their necks to hit enemies in an aggressive manner, though this is typically only done as a show of aggression between two male giraffes. During mating season, giraffes only deep sleep about 20 minutes every 24 hours, and if that isn't the most powerful thing you've ever heard, you should try only getting less than half an hour of sleep a night for more than one night. Number 2. Jackal. A type of canine like the dog or coyote, the jackal is a medium-sized hunter with very finicky behaviors. Some jackals hunt and live alone, while others live in packs and are considered social creatures. They are both diurnal and nocturnal, meaning they can be active day and night. It's always a random chance on what a jackal will choose to be live. Or do. They are also omnivores, meaning their diet is as varied as the rest of their life. They will eat berries, grass, insects, antelope, or even diseased flesh. They are opportunistic when it comes to food, meaning they really don't care what they eat. They're able to run up to 10 miles an hour for extended periods of time, and they use this speed to help them track down prey or to defend their territory. Number 1. The African ostrich. Standing 8 tall and weighing up to 320 pounds, the ostrich is recorded as the largest and heaviest bird in the world. Due to its weight, the ostrich cannot fly, but has adapted to survive without these abilities. It lives in the savanna desert and sometimes also in open woodlands. Instead of flying, these birds have 2 toes on each foot, which helps them to sprint up to 43 mph. When they are confronted with any sort of danger, they can typically outrun it. However, if there is a time that they're not able to outrun an enemy or threat, then they use their long legs to kick their enemy. These legs have 4-inch talons on each foot, causing serious harm to anyone unfortunate enough to be in their way, one way or another. It seems the ostrich is going to make it out alive and safe. The question is, will its opponent? If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they are uploaded. That's it for now. Let's